Smash arms race. I think that HBox picking up Ness was like a really good example of that. We'll elaborate on that in a minute. Right now, a match is ready to be played for the folks at home. Aspen squaring off against Wumbologist. Aspen, a familiar name for me. I want to see just how much he's grown. And Wumbologist, if I remember correctly, Aspen will be playing the Puff.
Yes.
And Wumbologist will be opting for Fox here. Taking a minute to get the headphones set up. You know, of course, a lot about the headphone power-up.
Very important, yep. Being able to like get into your groove is extremely important, especially in a game like Melee where things happen at such a like machine gun fire pace. Like if you're not 100% going as fast as you possibly can, and like if your decision-making process is even like half a second behind, that is plenty to lose an entire stock, and it's never good playing from behind.
Honestly, when we talk about just how rapid fire some of the decision-making is, just if you spent any of that hand warmer looking at Wumbologist's hands, you know exactly what I was talking about. The pace that he's moving at, even now, it's insane.
There is a reason why lots of Fox players have started to have hand problems, like the old school players, because the actual APM of the character is just insane. And so yeah, like keeping your hands actually like actively warm and warmed up is a really important part of that. Which is why you see nowadays a lot of hand warmers from Fox players, because the character takes so much so much maintenance. I like to say to keep like up to speed and running smooth. It's super important to do that.
Let's see if he's had enough maintenance to come out of the gates running. Wumbologist squaring off against Aspen, and I think, are you sure that the tags are the way that they should be? I assumed that it was Aspen playing the Puff.
Yeah, Wumbologist definitely was moving his controller around as the Fox was button warming, so that is the wrong setup.
Okay, we're fixed.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go. So Puff versus Fox. Despite HBox having such stellar performances against Spaceys, let's be real, this is a incredibly tough matchup for Puff.
Yeah, because Puff is so light, because like a lot of her game is playing super safe, Fox can take those opportunities, just like shoot lasers, tack up damage, and Fox is really good at confirming into up smash kills, even against a character like Jigglypuff, who is super light. That is what Jigglypuff gets back. She gets the really good edge guard, so like there's a bit of like a back and forth between their low percent kills. But most characters, have a pretty hard time actually finishing off Jigglypuff's stocks just because of her edge guarding. Her recovering. It's very difficult to edge guard. But Fox doesn't really care about that. He's like, oh, you're at 70. I'll just up smash you and you're dead.
That mentality might actually be hurting Wumbologist in this very moment. I mean, the whiffed rest is the only reason why he was able to secure the kill when he did. He's been very telegraphed at these high percents, just running up, doing these random up smashes, hoping one will connect. And I think he needs to dial that back. Maybe try to set up for something like, I'd say, an empty up grab into up throw up air.
Yeah, up throw up air. Yeah, definitely something that Fox has that can be killing Jigglypuff at surprisingly low percents. And even without it, like even without those options, Fox is pretty good at just moving around in neutral good. Like his grounded speed and his mobility in general can be pretty difficult for Jigglypuff to deal with. And like stuff like back air is an extremely good move and does a lot of damage, and it will kill Jigglypuff at like medium high percents.
You're right. It's the Fox does have incredible mobility, but we need to talk about the spacing in particular around the bear. This is something that has been striking Wumbologist as a problem point as we're getting still into the third match. Coming up short, but the second up smash will send Aspen down to just 2.
Yeah, a little bit of hesitation there from Aspen, not sure what to punish the whiffed up smash with, although it looks like he's going to be mopping from the stop pretty quick. One quick back air at those percents. Not DI'd correctly will make an easy edge guard. Back to dead even on stock 3.
That's a problematic position. Arrest is going to end it, and he was DIing up when he definitely should have been holding hard right.
Yeah, that's the very nice tech chase and
brutal.
Wow, gets the reverse rest. If it had went towards center stage instead of out, he probably would have survived the rest of good DI. But it was a good setup from Aspen, which I don't know. I know we've had Jigglypuff do that before in Modern Melee. I'm trying to remember if it was Aspen who's done the up throw at 0% and then the tech chase onto the platform afterwards to get the regrab.
What an unorthodox pick. We're seeing Falco come out. Though given the stage choice, this can make sense. Obviously, with the double shine off the top platform, it can be detrimental, but nothing hurts more than getting rested this early on, and the star KO preventing him from getting a rest punish, as we've seen him do previously. Another rest! This is absurd play that we're seeing from Aspen.
Yeah, Wumbologist definitely has to start looking out for those rest setups, otherwise his stocks are going to disappear.
It feels like where his strengths are as a player is early game offense. Defense has not been a strong suit for Wumbologist at all. He's been caught with improper DI several times, but if he's maybe going a bit too ham-hocks, as Neptune would say. Throwing away the stock there. No rest necessary.
It's going to be rough now. 2 stock deficit, especially since one of the biggest problems Wumbologist has been finishing stocks, but that quick double down air combo will seal that one.
See this Falco really start taking flight. We're yet to really see exactly why he decided to change characters here.
I think it will be a little bit easier to get the kills just because Falco is so centered around using his aerials to finish stocks off, which will be safer than the setups Wumbologist was trying to use with Fox. But by setups, maybe more or less throwing out smashes at neutral. Yeah, and this laser is going to help a little bit, some harassment. So I feel like the overall game plan will be easier with Falco. Even though Falco is usually like a little bit squishier than Fox, just because his poor recovery, this is a matchup. He was dying very, very fast, very low percents in the last games. So I don't think the change of survivability is really going to matter.
It might also be a mental shift as well.
Yeah.
I notice whenever I play Falco, I play a lot more for positioning, right? Because gaining and controlling center is so important. And right there, we're noticing exactly why this counter pick with both the character and the stage is so important. That shine off the top, like we touched on before, it really makes the most of that low ceiling. At 56 right off the gate on Aspen. The pacing of this match, it's definitely changed in favor of Wumbologist, who slams Aspen down with that dare. What a turnaround.
Yeah, the shine off the top. That was basically like an exact retort to Jigglypuff rest combo. That was the same percent where he got like up air rest Aspen himself earlier on.
Aspen, he's looking over Fountain of Dreams, taking a second, making sure that this is exactly where he wants to go. Now, if we're going to be seeing him stay Falco, you might want to think twice about that. Instead, swapping over towards Final Destination. Now, this is a stage, of course, where Falco's lasers can control a lot of the ground here, and we're seeing already Aspen starting to make note of that, playing a very airborne sort of game, not trying to get caught up by any of these lasers.
Yep, that is definitely going to be Jigglypuff's game plan in this stage. Moving around in the full hops, weaving through all the different lasers. It's pretty difficult for Falco to hit. There's a blind spot you'll often see Peach float in the Peach versus Falco matchup, but that's like just above the top height of short hop laser, like right about where Aspen is playing right now, where it's pretty difficult for him to actively threaten that area, just because he can't laser you that high. If he does want to set it up, he has to full jump and then drop and then laser, which takes a really long time. Really gives his opponent time to like set up positioning against him.
I'll be honest, Cephalon, this doesn't feel like a very traditional counter pick that I see from a lot of Jigglypuffs.
Interesting.
But he's still making it work. Oh, not going for the rest there. Knew it was dead center. Maybe just wanted to sneak away with the little bit of punishment that he could get now. Could even be some long-term conditioning as well. Because Aspen might be thinking he's not going to go for the rest here. I'm just going to DI out to avoid the follow-up afterwards. Who knows how it's going to work out.
Definitely lots of different ways he could be playing it. Very nice spacing, though. They're actually just walking forward a little bit before setting up the runaway back air.
This is the point where Wumbologist is looking for bears. He finds one, but it's not the sweet spot hit that he needs to close the stock out. That'll do it.
Definitely sweet enough to do it, 164%.
You see the Aspen that we saw at the end of that last game where he's just shredding stocks at these early percents. It's going to be a lot harder. This is not a stage where we're going to be expecting those shines off the top to KO, but we will be expecting that F smash there to take the stock.
Yep, very nice. Cross up with the aerial, setting up for this match afterwards. Landing behind your opponent in shield is always a really good position because obviously shield grab is one of the go-to response if your opponent does something unsafe.
Wow, the chase down that we're seeing from Aspen right now. Another grab, that's when he's going to pull the trigger on that rest. Wumbologist will have a punish opportunity, doesn't get a whole lot off of it. Maybe I spoke too soon.
Okay, well, Wumbologist, though, actually DIing the up throw now. Very crucial thing to do, but adjusting a little bit too late, I think. Doesn't quite get the up B kill. Good DI from Aspen, actually, DIing out so that Wumbologist couldn't get the second down air follow-up.
now we're starting to see why this larger stage is Aspen's choice. On such a small stage, Wumbologist could easily dictate the pace just because of how threatening Falco can be from so many different zones. But here things just feel so slowed down as we see crossing over into the 3-minute marker of this point, and still 3 stocks on the table total.
Oh, and again, the cross-up downer to set up for the F smash afterwards. Wumbologist actually tried to counter-hit that. He tried to jump out of shield and down air, but coming out too late.
A bit too late. I suppose I'd see another one of these replays shine off the top. That was the momentum-shifting play of that game.
Oh, sir.
You know, we would have loved to see moments like that from Wumbologist, but of course, Aspen, the unorthodox counterpick, actually working out, giving him the breathing room that he needs to escape the pressure that we saw.
Yeah, I think not even the breathing room, obviously very, very nice as well, but on top of that, the survivability. Because of the fact that he wasn't, you know, on Yoshi's, you're in a little